What's up, board game people? Today we're going to take a look and try to make some sense of the Aeon's End Past and Future campaign that hit Kickstarter on Tuesday. As a new player, there's quite a lot to wrap your head around, and I'm going to try to help explain what everything is, where the best deals lie in this Kickstarter, and beyond all, what exactly the Past and Future expansion brings to the game. As always, I get no money from game companies for making my videos, so all opinions are my own and not biased by any financial backing. I make these videos for gamers like you and me to help us better make backing and buying decisions. If I get something wrong, which is completely possible in a video like this where I'm new to the game, or if we disagree on something, let me know in the comments and we can discuss. If you like this kind of board game and crowdfunding content, please subscribe and leave us a like to help our channel grow. So, as I said, I'm completely new to the world of Aeon's End. I found Aeon's End through an acquaintance who has strikingly similar tastes to myself, and she wholeheartedly recommends the game. This video was a little late coming out because I wanted to take my time and research everything I could about the different expansions and promo packs being offered. There may be mistakes in my information and I apologize in advance for that, but I'm trying my best. Aeon's End is an extremely long-running cooperative deck-building card game where players play as mages and defend the settlement of Gravehold against the threat of the Nameless and their hordes. The game has been expanded, reworked, and so on with a stream of Kickstarter campaigns, expansions, and promo materials. The series has received a second edition, and it has explored legacy campaigns to mixed reviews, and added and improved to the core mechanics along the way. Expansions come in two basic flavors, big box expansions and small box expansions. Both usually include mages, nemesises, and market cards. So what is the Past and Future expansion all about? After the fall, old Gravehold was buried in rubble. After the civil war between Brahma and Zana, new Gravehold was forever changed. But there are more stories out there, other than just the fate of one city. Hundreds of years before humanity fled below ground, people lived in cities in the world that was. Hundreds of years after the era of new Gravehold, humanity continues to prosper in small, scattered villages built up around the old ruins. Even after centuries, mages are paying for the mistakes of their ancestors, mistakes that should have remained buried forever. Aeon's End Past and Future presents two interconnected storylines that will take you back in time even before Brahma was born, and hundreds of years into the future. The narratives can be played in either order, but neither reveals the whole story by itself. These narratives seek to answer big questions while featuring new mechanics, including swap and develop. You'll receive 5 mages of the past and 5 of the future, 6 new nemesises, and all new market cards. You'll get the stop decks, envelopes, tokens, narrative books, but you will not receive charge power, player number, health, nemesis, or breach tokens. You'll also not get health dials. It is suggested that you already own or purchase the New Age or Outcast sets so that you'll have the upgraded Nemesis basics and the rules for expedition play. This Kickstarter campaign is offering you the ability to buy the newest expansion alone or with any number of previous waves of content. You can buy the waves in order or mix and match as you please. I'll try and offer a short explanation of each wave's content a bit later in the video, but first let's take a look at what the pledge levels are, and later I'll let you know where to find the best deals in this campaign. The first pledge, Encased in Fossil, comes in at $64 and will get you Wave 7 only, which amounts to the Past and Future Big Box expansions, the Origin and Evolution Small Box expansions. The Building Storm pledge runs $130 and will get you Wave 7 and your choice of one other wave of content. At $195, you get the Tethered Smite, which grants you Wave 7 and your choice of 2 other waves of content. $260 gets you Amplifying Calcite with Wave 7 and your choice of 3 waves of content. For $325, you get Cavernous Maw with Wave 7 and your choice of 4 waves of content. At $390, you grab Consume Magic with Wave 7 and your choice of 5 other waves of content. And finally, at $455, you get the Reflecting Current pledge with Wave 7 and your choice of 6 other waves of content. Choice of waves are waves 1 through 6, with Wave 6 requiring you to add $10 to your pledge as a surcharge. This is because of the sheer amount of content packed into the Legacy of Gravehold expansion, which is the largest expansion to date. They are offering stretch goals as milestones. They're using these milestones to unlock or reveal already planned content for the Aeon's End Evolution small box expansion that is coming with every pledge level. The campaign offers a ton of add-ons. We're going to browse through these and I'll try to offer some insights as we go. First up, for $25, you can grab a neoprene area playmat. You can also get neoprene player mats in a 2-pack for $15 or a 4-pack for $25. After that, we run into several card packs that come in 2 different flavors. Accessory packs tend to be quality of life improvements, offering more dice, plastic tokens, card dividers, or copies of common cards which might be helpful during play. The promo packs are usually cards that were released specifically for older Kickstarter campaigns. These are sometimes offered at convention, but otherwise are a bit harder to get a hold of. The card packs run from $5 to $20, and I'm not going to go through them all. I wish they would offer an accessory bundle with all the card packs included for one price. Buying them all individually will cost you $125 on top of your pledge. They're offering reasonable shipping considering the bulk and weight of what will be delivered, and shipping will be collected at a later date in the Pledge Manager. You can find the shipping table towards the bottom of the campaign page. I feel I should pipe in here with a quick word on the risks for the project. This project is what I would consider a sure bet. Indie Boards and Cards has a long history of launching and fulfilling Kickstarters, and I don't expect any change now. I would say that this is a safe project to back. Before we get to my thoughts on the campaign, I figure it might be helpful to quickly run through what each major expansion adds to the game. As a new player, the amount of content for the title is extremely intimidating, and I always want to know what I'm buying. This won't be a component list, but a super quick synopsis of each expansion. If you already know all this, feel free to skip ahead. Aeon's End is the first big box in the series, and it introduces the core mechanics of the series. The small boxes from this wave also introduce the first dual spells that occupy 2 of the breaches. In the second wave, War Eternal adds more variety and harder fights with greater challenges. Some of the new mages use custom breaches and tokens, and many spells grant constant effects while prepped and extra conditional effects when cast. The small boxes introduce the Link spell keyword, which allows 2 spells with this keyword to be prepped in the same breach. Wave 3 introduces the first Legacy box with Aeon's End Legacy. This expansion allows you to build your own custom mage over a 7-game campaign, choosing and upgrading unique abilities and cards. You'll choose which cards are available from the supply and which get locked away for the rest of the campaign. Nemesises improve and upgrade over time as well, based off of player choice. Wave 4 includes the New Age Big Box expansion, which includes many new mechanics and a new game mode. The Echo and Attach keywords are introduced, and Expedition mode allows multiple games to be linked together, rewarding players treasure cards, which prove to be permanent bonuses during a game. Wave 5 brings us the Outcasts expansion with a new Outcast game mode. This game mode replaces Gravehold with an ally mage capable of casting custom abilities to help the players. There are also many new treasures to be had with this expansion and its small boxes. Finally, Wave 6 contains the Legacy of Gravehold expansion, which is the second Legacy expansion in the line. Legacy of Gravehold has a deeper, more immersive narrative with branching paths. Players amass experience and upgrade their mages and abilities. This is the largest expansion to date, including twice as many mages and nemesises as any previous base set. So what are my thoughts on the campaign and game? This is considered by many to be a classic and a cornerstone of the genre. Many people would easily put this alongside or on top of Dominion, and both at this point are extremely long-running and well-supported games. As a newcomer to the campaign, it's going to run me a steep price to grab everything that I would want, which of course is everything. I have to look at the history of the game to understand the price, but to many the cost of an all-in is going to be too large a pill to swallow here. This game has been around since 2016 and has received many major and minor updates and expansions in that time. The amount of content here is daunting, to put it lightly. I love that they have not 1 but 2 legacy expansions for the game. These legacy expansions aren't completely standalone play and forget either. You'll want to play these expansions on their own, but once completed, their cards and mages and nemesises can be added in with everything else you have for the game. The legacy elements have been met with mixed reviews, but most of the reviews say that the included campaigns are excellent and worth the play. I also love that you don't have to buy everything to start playing. If you're wanting to dip your toes in, your best bet here is to take the Past and Future expansion with a single wave choice. Choose either wave containing Outcasts or the New Age, and you'll have plenty of content to whet your appetite, give you a fair glance at the game, and help you decide if you want or need more. In the end, you can play the expansions in any order you wish. The narrative is sparse and sprinkled in throughout. Many find that they are here for the gameplay and mechanics, and those are said to be excellent alone. When I sat back and tried to formulate a plan for getting everything, I ran the math on the pledges and the waves, and the results may differ slightly for you, but I thought I'd share my findings. Once you start adding waves to your base pledge of the Past and Future expansion, they come in at a cost of around $65 each. I'm in the US, so each wave also runs me $10 to $12 in shipping, depending on how you look at the shipping price on the initial pledge level. So I took those numbers, let's say $75 to be fair, and I went bargain hunting around the web. I mainly used sites that shipping would be low for me. I looked at Amazon, Miniature Market, Tanuki Games, and Boardlandia. There are many more that you could check as well, but those gave me a good cross-section of prices. I priced out the contents of each wave, and I found that I could reliably get waves 1 and 2 for cheaper than the $75 they'd cost me with the campaign. As an added bonus, I could get them now, long before I would ever see them with the rest of the campaign. I also found that the 2 legacy versions and a few of the small box expansions were extremely hard to find, if not sold out everywhere. Especially hard was the Aeon's End Legacy, the first legacy expansion. So for me at least, I feel safe in saying that the best deal in the campaign is grabbing Cavernous Maw, which gets you Wave 7, the Past and Future expansion and small boxes, and then the choice of 4 other waves, and I'm taking waves 3, 4, 5, and 6. As I said, your results may vary, but I imagine you'll get close to similar results when checking for yourself. Overall, this is a game that's been on my buy list for quite some time, and I'm excited to finally get a chance to get it. Prices are fair, and shipping is as well. It's quite a large upfront cost to grab everything, though. Objectively, I would say that if you're interested, take my suggestion and get Wave 7 with a single other wave and give the game a try. I don't think you can go wrong either way. So that's it. It's a slow month, but there are still some hard hitters helping us to get by. I'm sure there are other great campaigns on the horizon, and I'll be covering them when they launch too. If you like this kind of board game content, please subscribe, hit that bell, and leave us a like. It helps our channel grow and reach even more people. Also, consider joining our Discord community. We're trying to grow that into a lively place for board game discussion. You can find an invite link in the description of the video. Thanks, and remember to play something fun tonight.